Google just dropped major updates for Bard, and now let's jump into all the massive changes. The upgrade involves Bard running on Google's large language model, which is PaLM 2. So this makes Bard very efficient about any code and about any given topic and puts it on a level of GPT-4. And you can actually test it yourself because they removed the waitlist and anybody from any country could access to Bard right now and test it themselves. Which is really great because previously it was in just a waitlist type of format, which means it's going to improve really faster because they're going to receive this error and feedback from all the people who've been testing it. And of course, Bard is going to improve, and this is going to be a huge win for Google because they're now opening this up. And I think making it run on PaLM 2 is going to let people notice that Google's Bard isn't a failure in compared to GPT-4. Over the coming months, we'll be able to see what kind of examples and what kind of thing Bard is going to be capable of. And of course, as you can see here, we have coding with Bard, and now this is the biggest step up because the code generation is something that a lot of people are working on. And as you know, the chatgpt, especially GPT-4, can do a lot of code generation, but right here you can see 20 plus programming languages that's going to make Bard much more effective. And I'm not sure if GPT-4 has access to all these programming languages, and as you can see here, Google is trying to focus on the parts that actually can excel. Because I've heard many people are using Bard to try to debug their code, and it is going to be really exciting to see what kind of crazy thing people are going to create with it. So as you can see right here, this is where they're making Python to generate a scholar's move in chess. And the thing I do like about Bard is actually does these outputs very, very quickly. And if you've ever used Bard, it literally puts out everything very instantly, whereas ChatGPT is quite slower, especially GPT-4. As we all know, the race is on, and I want to point out something here that Bard is really quick in generating code, but majority of people who use code want it to be accurate, not to be fast, because the speed is useless if your code is not working. And it's really good to see that Google is producing much more effective code with Bard running on PaLM 2. And it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of applications and what kind of things that people are going to create with this, and I'm really looking forward to it. And now there's also something really cool that ChatGPT announced, and Bard announced it as well, that nobody really expected. So what happened with Bard is that now they have integrations with YouTube, with Zapier, with Adobe, and with many different programs and applications. And they're essentially going to be plugins type of programs that you can literally introduce to bots. So this is going to be a major step up for Bard because, as you know, ChatGPT is slowly rolling out plugins to a limited set of users. And all of these applications and integrations are going to make whichever platform they're on really useful.